Hey guys, today we are going to focus on building this particular landing page by using simple HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So as you can see, we are having different section, and each and every section is different from each other. So this is our product section, and after that this is our services section, and once you hover on it, it will going to reflect a little bit gradient, and there's a about section, and it is our calls to action section. Okay, so I'm going to focus on building all of these things in this particular video, and in other video we are going to focus on building some of the other pages. Okay, so let me focus on this particular banner first. So let's dive into our Visual Studio Code, and we are only having two files. The first one in the index.html and the second one is a style.css. And let me change this title first. So let's say metaverse, and we need three things: header, footer, and a header, body and footer. Okay, and inside our header we are going to have our logo, navigation. So let me add our logo. So let's say a logo, and this is our hyper reference. Okay, and I'm going to turn this particular link into our logo. You can also use your image and follow along with me. So let's say ul li, and there's an anchor tag. So let's say home, about, and we want some services page, and after that we need another page, let's say technology, and after that we want research and development, and at the last we want our contact page. Let me save it and let me see that how it is looking right now. So this is our live server, and I think I need to dispose this particular thing. Okay, so it is not reflecting. We need to dispose it and run it again. So as you can see, once I will run it, it will going to show this particular link, and there is a logo link. Okay, so all the navigation bar is here and link is here. So let me connect this particular style.css file. So let's say link colon CSS, and our style sheet file name is exactly the same, so we don't need to change it. And let me remove the excess margin and padding. Okay, so it is automated margin and padding that is given by default from your HTML file, and let me change it. So now margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing must be 0. And let me add this header. Okay, and we want to achieve fixed positioning of our navigation bar. So basically this is our header, and I just call it, and inside our header I want to call the position fixed. So I want fixed position of my navigation bar, and from the top I don't want any I don't want any space, and from the left I also don't want any space. So let's say from the left 0. So once I will save it, it will going to reflect. Let me save. Let me see. Okay, I didn't save our index.html file, and once I will save it, as you can see, we are not having any space, and it is fixed now. So let me call this display flex. Give some width 100%, and call this display flex. Okay, so it will going to change its position. So now our navigation bar is shift. And let me call this justify content space between. I don't want I don't want it to be left. I want there's a space between. Okay, and after that let's align this particular logo into the center, and let me give some padding from top to bottom and left to right. Padding 30 pixel, top to bottom, left to right 100 pixel. And after that we need some sort of transition effect. So let's say 0.6. it will not going to show you right now, but yeah, it will reflect if you are using if you are not using live server. Okay, but later you can easily see it. I will show you. Okay, and I'm going to use this z index right now, and there's no use for it right now. So basically if you are not using it, it's okay, but I'm going to use it in future, so I'm just defining it. Okay, And after that let me focus on some of the other things. So let me focus on our unordered list. So the first thing that I need to focus on is our logo. Okay, so let's say dot logo, and logo is our class, and let me take it to the relative. Position must be relative, and do some of the changes. So I need to change its font size and font weight. So let's say font size must be 2 rem. Now it is looking big. Text decoration, I don't want any underline, so none. And let's say font weight. Okay, so font weight must be around, let's say 700. Now it is looking bold little bit. And yeah, that's it. And after that I want to transform it to the uppercase, and let's have some space between each of the characters. So let's say letter spacing will give you space in each and every character that you are having. So let's say 2 pixel. Yeah, that's it. And after that let me focus on our navigation links. So let me give this transition 0.6, which is the same transition effect that I already given on the top. Okay, and let me focus on our navigation link. So let's say header. So these are our navigation link. Okay, UL li. So the first thing I want to focus on our UL, which is unordered list. So let's say header UL, and let me change its position. Position must be relative, and once I will give it to display flex, it will going to change from horizontal vertical to horizontal. So now it is coming in a horizontal way, and we need to take it to the center, just like our logo. So let's say display justify content center, align item center. Okay, display flex, justify content center, and align item center. It will going to take it to the same position where our logo is. Basically you are seeing it by default, so basically I just wanted to fix it into the right position. And after that let me focus on our link. So our link, I don't want any any pointer in front of our navigation link, and let me change its positioning relative. And the second thing that I don't want any list style. So there is no pointer in it. Okay, and let me call this anchor tag. So header ul li, and after that there is an anchor tag. Position must be relative, and now we can change our font size. We can give some margin and padding. So top to bottom we don't want it, and from the left to right we want some space. So as you can see, we are getting some space from left to right, which is 15 pixel, 1.5 rem. Okay, and text recognition none. We don't want any underline. And after that we want to change its color. Let me change its color. So if I will give it, okay, let's not change the color. Okay, so let me take it to the default, and we want some letter spacing. Okay, so let's say 2 pixel. 2 pixel is little bit okay. I just only need to have only 1 pixel. Okay, so because it will going to throw back it to the left. So yeah, that's it. And after that we want to change its font weight. So let's say font weight must be 300. Now it is looking little bit bold, and yeah, that's it. Transition must be the same, 0.6 second, and it is looking good. So our navigation bar is fixed. Now we need to focus on building our header text. So let's come up in our index.html file, and let's say banner text. So we want a text inside our banner. So let me comment banner text, and in here we are going to have our banner text. Okay, so section, it is our section. Okay, so let's say section, and each and every section will going to have a different different type. So let's say this is our banner section, and inside our banner section what exactly I want. Actually I want a h2 tag, and let's say welcome, and inside our span tag I want 2, and after that there's a metaverse. So let's say metaverse. So welcome to metaverse. Why I'm having 2 is inside the span, because I want to change its color, and whatever the typography that you want to have, you can also do that. Okay, you can also attach some of the crazy stuff like animated stuff and other sorts of things. Okay, so let me save it, and why this is coming like this way, let me save it, and as you can see that we are having our text at the top of the corner. Okay, so now our first goal is to have a width, height, okay, height, width, and we need our image, as well as we want to take this particular text into the middle. So let's say width 100%, and after that minimum height must be 100 bh, which is viewport height according to your device that you are using. Okay, and after that there's a background. I want a picture. Okay, so I want a banner inside our background. So there is no pic here, so let me take this particular picture that we are going to use in this particular website. So let me copy it and paste it inside our folder, and this is our picture, and let's say background. I just changed its name, and let me change its name background.jpg, which is stand for JPEG. Okay, it is the extension of the image, and you can also use PNG and other recommended extension if you want to use it. Okay, so you can Google it and use it. Okay, so now we are having our pic background.jpg, and after that let me show you that how it looks like. So as you can see, this is a little bit distorted, and I need to fix its position. So let's say background size must be covered. So our background size is covered now, and yeah, it is looking good. But where is our text? It's not right here. What we need to do? I can't see my text. Where's the hell is it? So let me give the flex, display flex, and okay man, where is it? Actually it is here, but you cannot see because it is also in black color. So we need to fix its color first. Okay, so let me call this banner.s2, and we are having this s2 inside our banner class. So let's say banner s2, and after that we need to call this color, and let's put this triple f triple. Okay, so now we are having our text inside in this way, and we want to take it to the center first. Now it is in center, and after that let's say align item center. Whenever you want to align item in center, you just need to call these three properties: display flex, justify content center, and align item center. And this is the property that will take your take your things into the center. And I want to change its color, UL color, sorry, anchor tag color, sorry, your navigation link color. Okay, and after that I want to change the color of our logo. Let me change its color, turn it into white color, and now it is looking beautiful. And that's it. Now we need to focus on our s2 tag. Okay, so let's go into our s2, and I'm going to take it into the span tag, and let me define s2 again. Okay, so let's say dot banner s2, and let me change its font size, color, and everything else, whatever the font styling, font size, whatever you want to give, you can easily do it right here. So let me say let's 2 rem is by default, so let's say 4 rem. How 4 rem is going to look like? Okay, it is looking beautiful. What about the 5 rem? now it is looking beautiful. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And after that, I want to do some of the other changes. Let's say text transform must be uppercase. Yeah, that's it. Now it is in uppercase. And let's say text align must be center. And I think there's something that I need to change it. So let's say, let me give some line height. Let's say 1 am. Why I'm giving line height? I don't need line height. Basically I want to take it to the take it down, so I can also use br tag. What I can do, okay, yeah, let me think about it. So let me use this br tag. Okay, don't do anything else. That is, you know, really stupid. So now we are getting our, you know, welcome to metaverse, and to metaverse in another line. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is to change its typography, which means I just want to change its typography. It is not even looking good. Okay, so let me go to the Google and do some of the other changes. Okay, and in order to do that, let's say you want to change the typography, you want your text to look beautiful, so you have to go to the Google and type the Google fonts. And I'm the big fan of Play Fair Display, and basically I always use it. As you can see, I automatically selected it, and because I always use it for my clients, and like whenever I develop any kind of, you know. So once you click on this particular Google font family, you can find there are multiple options that you can select in from this particular font family, and I already selected it. So basically, as you can see, this the second second option is already selected. Let me remove it, and I want to select the third one, or let's say first one. Okay, so select it and go right here, and what you need to do, you need to copy this particular CDN, okay, which is a content delivery network. And after copying it, you just need to go in your index.html file, and let me add a comment, and I'm going to paste this particular link right here, so you can easily see that this link can be accessible. Okay, and it can only be work once you will copy its font family. Okay, so just come right here, and as you can see that this is the font family that we can copy and paste inside our website. So wherever you want to add this particular font family, you can add. I'm going to add it inside our s2 tag. You can also add it in your navigation and somewhere else. So as you can see, we are getting this particular font family, and it has been changed, and basically it is not the same exact one that I want, so I'm going to change it and come up with the right one. I'm not going to waste your time, so yeah, this one is perfect. Okay, so let me move on to the next thing. So as you can see that we are going to focus on our body first. Okay, so let me give it height, minimum height around 1000 pixel. What it will going to do, it will going to give you some space, so you can easily see that how your website actually looks like. And if you want to build a sticky navigation bar, you need to do it. And now we can see our page is scrolling. Okay, and our navigation is sticky, and basically I want a white background and white sliding effect in our header. Okay, so let me add this particular ID, and I'm going to write a JavaScript, little bit JavaScript, in order to achieve that particular thing. Okay, so before your body, let me add this comment, JavaScript. And after adding this comment, we want to add some JavaScript. So in this script tag, we want a JavaScript. So let's say type of the JavaScript is text JavaScript. Okay, and let me let me define a variable right here. So let's say window add event listener, and the first thing that we need to do, we need to call this a scroll effect, and after that we want to write a function. and inside this function we need to add a variable. So let me call this a variable header. Okay, so this is the variable, and after that let's call this document.add event listener, and inside this event listener query selector, inside this query selector we are going to add our header. Okay, and this is the ID that we are going to target. So once what our header needs to do when someone scroll it. Okay, so basically you need to add this sticky class. Okay, so class list toggle sticky class. So once someone scroll your website, it will going to activate this particular class, and this is the class that we are going to and by copying this class we can do whatever we want to do. And window.scrolly. Okay, so this is the effect that we need, and after that copy this particular sticky class. And right now you cannot see any kind of changes because we didn't add whatever we need to add whenever someone scrolls this particular thing. So let's say add header and header.sticky, and whatever the changes that you want to do, you can that will going to easily reflect on here. Okay, so let me change this background color. Okay, and after that let me add some of the other things. So let's say padding. Okay, so padding is around what I will give top to bottom around let me give 8 pixel, and left to right around 100 pixel. Okay, yeah, that's enough. And after that white is not reflecting. I mean everything is right. Let me see where I am wrong. So I'm scrolling it. Okay, I think okay, I got it. So basically I need to add a background color. Not actually, I called the background color but it didn't reflect, so let me call it background only. Okay, and after that it will going to work. As you can see, we are getting this particular thing, and now our navigation links is hidden just because of the white color. So how you can turn it into black? Yeah, there are other things that you need to do. Okay, so first thing I want to do, I want to add a border in the bottom. So let's say call this 1 pixel solid RGBA, and I want to add a little bit little bit darker background. So let's say 0, 0, 0, 0.1 or 0.4 for the alpha, which is going to be the darkness. Alpha stands for darkness in this RGBA. Okay, red, green, blue, and alpha. Okay, and after that as you can see, we are not getting our logo. Sorry, we are not we cannot see any of these things because of the white color. So I'm going to turn it to the black. Okay, so the thing that we need to target is to target our logo. Okay, so let's say call this header dot sticky, and we need to target our logo. So sticky, and then call this logo class, and along with the logo, what we need our ULLI and anchor tag. Okay, so we need our navigation bar. So let's say ULLI and anchor, ULLI and anchor. Okay, and once I will change the color, it will going to reflect it easily. Now it is black, and let me scroll it again. Now it is looking good. Okay, so as you can see, we are getting all of these things perfectly aligned, and it's looking beautiful, and that's how you can easily achieve it. And the second thing that we need to do is to focus on this particular welcome to. Okay, so we need to change its color. We already given a class span, not class, we need to given a tag tag. Okay, so call this particular tag and change its color. So let's say okay, so now our tags color, our color is changed. Okay, and after that you can also do some of the other changes. Let me copy this same color and paste it right here, because you cannot see the border. So let me change its color, and it is reflecting. I can see, but you may not see because I'm recording it, and it may not reflect whenever you are building. So basically I'm going to copy this little bit, intense color, and paste it right here. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And as you can see, we are getting it, and it is good. You can also change some of the other colors. Let's say if you want to, if you want to change your logo color and some of the other stuff, you can also do that. So yeah, that's it. And let me do some of the other changes. So in our website, we are having some of the linear gradient, effect on our banner. So how you can easily achieve it? Okay, so basically in our background, we added very simple background. We need to call a linear gradient method, and it's not a method like we use term method in programming languages like Python and other stuff, but yeah, I'm calling it just because it's my habit. So don't make it, don't take it serious. Okay, so let me add this linear gradient, and after that URL background, and as you can see, we are getting little bit darker background, and let me change it to the red color. And once I will save it, yeah, boom, that's it. And it is very intense. So basically I need to take it to the dark, little bit darker, right here. Now it is good, and it is looking good. Okay, perfect. And that's how you can easily do it. The next thing that we need to focus on is to build our product section. Products section. So let me comment this out, product offers section, and let's call this section dot offer. Let's say you have some of the products, then you want to showcase them, then you can easily do it in this way. And let's say div class row, we want a row, and there's a column call to, and I want a image inside our column, and the image name is going to be VR.jpg, which is a virtual reality. Okay, and I can also give it some class if I want. Let's say class img, or let's say offer amg. Okay, yeah. And after that we can copy this column, or let me add this. We can copy the entire column, or do some of the other changes on the right side, because I want to add 2 columns at least. 50%, that can take only 50% space in our whole page. Okay, from left to right. So let me add this column 2 again. So let's say call, after it let's say call to, col2. And inside our call to, we are going to add this paragraph tag. Let's call it exclusive available, and whatever you can say, like on Cyberinitiation. Okay, now it is right here. Let's add some of the other things. Let's say add s2, h1 or s2. Let's say virtual reality XR, virtual reality headset, and after that XR, virtual reality XR, and after that let me add this particular thing. Let's say small, we want very small text, little bit text. So lorem 10, 20, whatever you want to add, you can easily do it. And after that let me add some of the other things. So let's say we want a button btn2 and call it buy now. our btn class has been added, and this is our text. And let me focus on our style sheet. So let's copy this row first. Product showcase is our comment, and copy this row, and let me call this display flex, and add all of these properties. Okay, so once you call this display flex, it will going to take it to the right side of the image, and justify content must be center, or let's say space between. Okay, line item center, and justify content space between. We want a space between both of the content, or a space around. Okay, and let's call this flex wrap. Flex wrap must be wrap. Now it is going to come right here. As you can see, we are getting it inside down to our image section. Let's focus on our column. So let me call this flex spaces. Basically we want 50-50% space in both of the columns, and let me call this minimum width. Okay, so actually I want 300 pixel minimum width. Now it is right here. Okay, and after that let me focus on our image. Basically this is the one of the important thing that will going to change that will going to fix everything. Okay, so maximum width must be 100%. You can also call it like simple width 100%, and it will going to reflect like this way. Now our image and our our text is aligned, and basically both of the things are looking good. After that let's call this padding 10 pixel from top to bottom, and 0 pixel from left to right, because we don't want any space from left to right. Okay, and this is the section. You can also target your section at the top of the corner, but I want to change its background. Let me see that how it will going to look like once I will change the background. Okay, I got it. Basically our image is not not in PNG. Our image background is not white, sorry, is not transparent. That's why I'm seeing it. So I'm just going to have only white background, so it will not going to affect anything. But if you want to change the background, then you can easily do that by go to the Photoshop, change the background, and come up with the darker background. And we just gave the margin from the top 20 pixels and from the bottom 30 pixel. Okay, so now it is looking good. 30 pixel from top to padding top to bottom 30 pixel, and left to right 0. Okay, let me focus on our text area. Sorry, text exclusive, available on Cyberinitiation. So as you can see that inside our column we are having P, S2 and small, all of these things, and also we are having our our button. So call to and P, change the font size 1.4 em. So you can imagine that this is not that much hard, like coding is not that much hard. You can easily see the element and do certain changes whatever you want to do. Okay, and it will automatically going to reflect in your web page. But basically I'm going to come up with a very dedicated video of the SaaS. Then you can easily go and build these websites very easily by writing less amount of code. So hopefully you are understanding that. Let's say for S2 we are having a 5 rem, and for small we are going to change its color. Okay, small text, change its color, and let me focus on our button. Sorry, button 2. So display flex, sorry, display inline block. And what you can do in your button, basically you can change the background. You can change the font size, you can give some margin padding, okay, you can also give some border, and that's how you can easily, you know, define your button. So this is the background color. Okay, you can, you know, you may be thinking that I need to follow you know, everything step by step, but no, you can also come up with the font size first, then you can call the color, then you can call the background, or you might call background at the end of your, you know, at the end of your code. Like everything is just not just fixed. Okay, so let's say I want to change the font size, I just give it the font size, you know, some font size. Let's say I want to give some padding, I can give directly padding on the top of the where in the display inline block is have, you know, we are having. So let's say I want to give padding around 8 pixel, okay, and from top left to right 30 pixel, and it will going to change it. Okay, change it. Okay, and let me say, let's say you are seeing this particular button and you are saying that okay, there's an underline, I don't want it, and I want to take it to the, you know, little bit you know, down. So you can also give the margin from the top, or I'm just giving just top to bottom. Okay, and let's say you don't want any text, like you don't want any underline, so you can call the, you know, like text decoration none property, and for the border radius we call this 30 pixel border radius. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to demonstrate that you can do whatever you want to do. I'm adding this transition effect because I want it to, when someone hover on it, it will going to change its color. Okay, so let's change its background color, and after that let me pass this some, you know, random value. So let's say 563434, and yeah, now it is looking good, as you can see. Yeah, once you hover in it, yeah, and that's how you can easily build your button. Perfect, right? So yeah, that's it, and we achieved it. Let me show you the, you know, mobile version. It is good, looking good, and basically it is not yet you know, I'm not I didn't set it mobile friendly yet, but it is now. Okay, so yeah, that's it, and let me change its flex basis. Okay, so let me show you one thing. Okay, so if I'm giving flex basis 60%, so that's why it is, you know, coming like this way. And if I will give flex basis only 30%, it will going to turn like this. But if I will give it flex basis 50, it will going to, you know, turn like this way. And for the 60%, it will going to, you know, take your content to the, you know, to the to down, because this image wants 60% of the space of this whole page. Okay, and that's why it is coming like this way. So that's all about it, and let me focus on building some of the other things. Okay, so now we are going to achieve this CTA in a very different way. Okay, let's say we achieve this particular product you know, section by using call row and column method, and for this one I'm going to achieve it in a very different way. So let's say section and sec. Okay, and this is the class that I'm going to use, and I'm going to achieve everything from by positioning. So let's say I want content class, and let's say maximum width around, I want something, you know, I want a maximum width. Okay, and let's add this t3, time is changing, changing, time is changing. After that we want to add paragraph tag. Let's set lorem, and let me give 30 around. Okay, lorem 30. So now it is good. Lorem 40. Yeah, now it is good. Okay, so let me focus on our style sheet, and I need a button as well. So I'm going to use, you know, different button. So I'm going to call it class btn, and let's say read more. That's it, we are getting all of these things right here, and I'll show you you know, a very different way of you know, designing your section. So let's copy this section, And the first thing that I want to do, I want to create this particular section height and width. Okay, so let's say CTA, comment it out and you can easily understand, and you can download this particular template by visiting my site. Okay, I will paste it right, sorry, I will attach it inside my website. Okay, you can go and download it from there. So the first thing I want it here is I want a background in linear gradient. Okay, so let's say URL, and URL is going to be the, let's say, 3.jpg. Now we have very dark and linear gradient background. Okay, and this is the image that we are going to use, and I think it's a watch image. Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is the image, and once I will save it, it will going to reflect right here. Okay, but before moving on to the next thing, I want to tell you that you cannot see it until I will set its height. Okay, so the background size must be cover and background position is center. Now our image is fixed, but we need to set its height. Okay, height and width, and that is the most important thing. So let's say minimum height, you can also add height 100 vh height. Okay, according to your viewport, but I only want to give 80 vh. Okay, so 80 vh is looking like this way, I don't want it, and 50 vh is enough, I think. Okay, now it is looking good. Okay, yeah, that's it. So it's a very easy way to achieve this. And after that, we want some of the padding in our section. So let's say 80 pixel, top to right, left to top to bottom, left to right. Okay, and our content is let me change the color of the content. Top to bottom, left to right, we are having 80 pixel. Okay, now I want to take it to the center, and how I can do it? Basically, I will call the Flexbox system. Okay, so let's say display flex. Okay, and after that, display flex and justify content must be center. And after that, let's call this align items must be center. And you may be thinking that why it is not coming right here. You are calling it just because we didn't target the content, but I'm giving it as mandatory. Okay, so now we need to target the content, and we are going to call this same exact thing. Okay, and that was for our section, but now I need to position this particular thing. So let's say position relative, and text align must be center. Okay, now everything is in center, and width must be 100%. So yeah, that's it. Let me focus on S3 and paragraph. So first thing I want to do, I want to give it max width. So let me give it maximum width around, let's say 80 pixel, 800 pixel. Okay, and it is looking like this way. Let me call this margin auto, and yeah, that's it, done. Now it is looking good. S2, target this S2 by calling this max width. S3, okay, and change its font size 40 pixel. And after that, let me have some font weight. It is going to be around 200. And after that, let me give some margin. From the bottom we want margin around 40 pixel. So now it is looking little bit perfect. We need to target our p paragraph tag. And let me change its font size and other stuff. So let's change its position, relative, and font size must be 18 pixel, and font weight is around 300. Margin is going to be margin from the bottom, that's a 20 pixel, and letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel. Once I will save it, it will going to reflect like this way. And now we need to focus on our button. We are done with the paragraph, and let me give some linear gradient background. Okay, so let me copy the same exact background, copy this code from here to here and replace it with this one, paste it, and we are done with it. Okay, now it is looking perfect. So as you can see that this is good now, and let me reduce its intensity a little bit, and yeah, and that's it. So we need to focus on our button. So let's say btn, and after that let me change its font size. So let's say 1.3 rem, which is around 130 pixel, and after that let me change its padding. So let's say padding is going to be around 10 pixel top to bottom, and left to right 30 pixel. So let me change its color, or text decoration none. I don't want any text decoration, and background must be, let's say, total dark. And if I will change the color, it will going to be, let me change the color white. Now it is looking like this way, and yeah, that's it. And after that, border, one pixel solid, and it is also going to be the, let me add white. White is not looking good, so let me add black border. Okay, so our border is black. Now we need some hover effect, so let me add this hover effect. Let's change the color black to turn it to black, from white to black. And for the background, let me add this particular background, and transition is going to be the around 0.8 seconds. Now it is looking this way, and yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's all about it. So yeah, I think it is looking good, and our website is working perfectly. So in the next part, I am going to build the services section, like whatever the services that we are going to provide in our particular homepage. So let's say services, okay, so there's a section services, and inside this h1, let's call it metaverse services. And what kind of services do you want? Let's say groundbreaking research, I mean whatever you can easily type random stuff, because this is not the website that I will going to you know uh, deploy. And if I will deploy it, definitely I'm going to change the content, because nobody wants this shitty content, this type of shitty content in any way. So let me call this row, and let's call this services column. And inside our services column, basically we want s3 tag. Let's say video video, and after that we want some paragraph, okay, some random automated generated paragraph. Let's say 20 or just only 15 character, okay. And that's it, we are done with our column. And I exactly want at least 3 columns just like this. So let me replicate these columns at least 3 times, and we only need to change its s3 tag. Let's say meta, or let's say meta store, and after that we can also change some hypothetical heading into hypothetical heading. Let's say virtual reality or virtual world. So now this is looking like this way, and our metaverse services is looking like this way. So let me copy this particular class, and call this services, and do some other changes. So let me add this width 80%. Okay, so let me show you the thing that I want to show you. Whenever you can set a width, you can call the margin auto. Okay, margin auto will take your content to the middle. Okay, and after that, as you can see that your content is right here, and after that what you need to do, you call this text align. Okay, text align must be center, and yeah, that's it. And after that, let's call this text align center, and now your content is in center, and I want some margin from the bottom. This is the perfect way of doing it. So that's how you can also define your section, and now your metaverse services and every content that you're having here is aligned. And like your from the bottom, it is also taking some space, and this is the services. And let me do some of the other changes. So let's call this services h1. Okay, so h1 is going to be going to change. Okay, so let me change its font size 4M, font weight 600, and now our heading is changed. After that, there is a services paragraph, change its color 777, and font size must be 1 point let me see 1.8 rem 0.8 rem, which is around 80 pixel 80 pixel. After that, let's have some line height, let's say 22 pixel. Now it is looking perfect, and we want some margin padding from the top to bottom, left to right as well. Okay, so our padding has been added. So now we achieved upper things. And the second most important thing is our row. Okay, so let me copy it, and basically this row will not going to work just because we are having a row right here. Okay, so it will going to take the same code, same thing. So I'm going to change its row class. So let me add one right here. You can also you can also change some of the other. So let me add some margin from the top into the row 1. Let's say 5%, and now we are having 5% margin from the top. And display flex, it will going to take it to the into this way. Okay, now as you can see, we are getting it in a very perfect way. Justify content must be space around or space between. Okay, and we can focus on our boxes as well. So let me call this services, and services column. Okay, so let's call this services column. So let me copy it, paste it, and do the changes that you want to do. So let me call this flex basis, and I want around 31% space for every box that I'm having. Okay, now it is arranged, and every box is taking a space around 31%, 31%, 31%. Okay, and after that we want to change its background. Let's say change it to this, and I want to change its intensity. So now it is looking like this way. Yeah, that's it. Let me take it a little bit darker, a little bit. Now it is looking, I think, no, it is not good yet. Yeah, I think, yeah, now it is good. Okay, after that we want to change its border radius. So let me change its border radius around 10 pixel. So now we are having some border radius in our box, I mean column box, whatever you can call it. And we want some margin from the bottom, which is around 5%. So now we are having a space from the bottom, from the top as well. After that add some padding, top to bottom, left to right, top to bottom 20 pixel, and left to right 12 pixel. And let me add some transition effect, or let me add let me work on internal things. So let me call this services column, and once someone hover on it, what do you need to do? You need to add some box shadow. Okay, so whenever someone come and hover on this particular box and this particular column, you need to add this particular hover effect, box shadow, and after that cursor must be pointer. Okay, so let me save it and let me show you that how it is looking. Okay, so it is looking good, and now we need to add some transition effect. So yeah, that's it. It's beautiful now. That's how you can easily achieve it. Yeah, and after that there are some of the other things. Let's say you have heading S3. So let's say you want to change the font size. Go and change the font size. I want to take it to the center, and the first thing I want to do is to change its font weight. So let's say around 600, and let me give some margin from top to bottom. So now we are having all of these things in this way. Okay, now it is looking perfect. And if you want to do some of the other changes, let's say text transform must be capitalized or uppercase. Uppercase is not looking that much good, so capitalize will be good. Okay, so yeah, capitalize is good. Yeah, that's it, that's all about it. And I think everything is perfect now. So I'm going to add a media query in order to make it a mobile friendly version. Let me show you how I can do it. So maximum width, okay, in order to add your media query, it will transform your website into the mobile version. Okay, and I want to add it into the 726 pixel. Okay, so now it is not working. As you can see, it is looking like this way. Okay, and let me add this media query. Okay, so whenever someone come and whenever my my width is reduced, what you need to do, you need to call this flex direction. Okay, so you need to call this particular flex direction and set it to the column, and that's the simple thing. And once I will collapse it, it will going to turn like this way. Now it is looking perfect. Okay, and that's how you can do it. And basically our whole website is not mobile friendly yet, but yeah, we will going to fix it along with our lectures. So that's all about it. And yeah, now we need to focus on building one of the most important thing, that is going to be the your research centers. So let me comment this out, research centers. And after that, let's call this section campus and call this h1 our research centers, center, CNTR. And after that, there's a paragraph. We have top scientists from all over the world, and whatever the kind of whatever the kind of text that you want to paste here, whatever is happening in your mind, you can come and write it here according to your convenience. I mean, you can come up with the idea and design whatever the kind of website that you want, that you can even imagine into the front end development world. I'm just trying to say all of these things so you can help understand. You can build anything that is that your mind is saying to you that, yeah man, I want to build a website on Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, artificial intelligence, kind of stuff like that. Remember it, you are much more powerful than anything else. So this is just a computer and you need to give the commands. And hopefully I just just focus on it. We are having our row and all of these things. Okay, I mean, this is the exact same thing. Okay, whatever we have done in our upper part. So we have row, campus, column, London, and there is a layer, and there's h1. Okay, and I'm going to take like replicate it 3 times, and let me change this image section, sorry, this image. So this is the United States image. Basically all of these images are from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and I'm going to use it for my own purpose. Okay, and you can download it from the Pixabay. I will also going to provide a link of all of these images in my website. So this is the thing. Okay, so once you do it, you are going to see every single thing in this way, and your row is already applied, which means your row 1 already applied. That's why you are getting all of these things in this way. And after that, let me add this research center comment right here. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do, I need to call this campus, and let me paste the same code right here. It will going to reflect the same exact thing that we are going to do. So I want 100 pixel from the top, and our things have been set, and let me call this h1 and let me change its font size. Font size must be 4M. And after that, let's call this campus paragraph and change its paragraph font size. And after that, give some margin bottom. 40 pixel is our margin from the bottom, and now it is looking good. After that, call this margin from the top. We need some margin from the top, and yeah, that's it. After that, let's call this campus. Let me see what is happening. Okay, call this campus column. Okay, copy it, paste it right here, and call this flex spaces. Okay, so the flex spaces is going to be, I want only 32% for every single image that I'm having. Okay, 32% space for every single image that I'm having. And after that, let's call this image tag, and we want to give it only 100% width, so every image can take its own size. But why it is happening? Like, why my this particular font is coming very big? Because I think I used h1 instead of s3. Okay, so let me change it. h3. Let me, you can also use I'm using multi cursor, and let me change it once again. What you need to do, you just need to go inside your computer, press alt and click wherever you want to change. So now we are getting it in this way. And the next thing, guess what we need to do? So basically our column has been set up and our image is set up, and now we need to give some positioning and other sorts of stuff. So let me give it display block, and let me focus on our layer. So this is the layer where we are having our s3, and this is the one of the most important tasks that we need to accomplish in this particular tutorial, and which is what we need to come up with a very beautiful animated hover effect. So we are going to give height 100% in our layer and width 100%, and position must be position must be absolute. And after that, let's give it top. From the top I don't want anything, from the left I don't want anything, and from the bottom, or let's say background, I want a background. Once I will do that, it will going to fix every single thing, every single layer that we are having. Okay, and let me add a positioning right here. Okay, so let me see this particular thing. So let's say position, and this position must be relative, so your column position must be relative. And now you can see that you are having this whole thing over your image because of the position that you already given into your layer. But if I will let me show you that what exactly. Let me remove this top to bottom. Okay, so now it is right here. Okay, and I want to take it to the top of your image, so that's why I'm giving it position top 0 and left 0. Okay, and that's why I'm using it. So hopefully you understand that why exactly I'm doing it. Please you can watch, rewind it and watch it again if you are not understanding what exactly I'm trying to do. And after that, let me give some border radius and margin from the bottom. Let me add a margin from the bottom 20 pixel, and that's it. And once I will add this particular class, let's say, sorry, not class, this particular thing, let's say overflow must be hidden, it will going to reflect. So now it is reflecting, and now it is looking beautiful. So as you can see, there is no overflow and it is coming in this way. Okay, let me add this display block, and now it is fixed. After that, we need to give it a z index, which is even more important. So let me focus on hover effect. Okay, so when someone hover on it, what do you need to do? You need to change the background color. Let me see this particular background. So let's say RGBA red, green, blue, alpha, and red is going to be 226 and 0.000 for the alpha we want 0.7. okay, and that's it. So now we are going to get it in this way. And after that, as you can see, our image is looking like this way. Okay. And after that, what we need to do, we need to focus on our, so let me give it a transition effect. Okay, so let me transform it. So first thing that we want transition. Okay, so as you can see, it is coming very smoothly. Now it is 0.6, or let me change it like 0.4. 0.4 is enough. Okay, and after that, let me give it another class. Let's say layer. Okay, layer s3. So we need to focus on our s3 tag. So let me change that font width of this particular thing. Let's say 100%. So after 100% width, what we need to do, we need to give it font width. Okay, so font weight is going to be 500, and after that, let me give it a color. Okay, so I want to change it to the white, turn to white. Okay, and after that, let me let's say you want to give some font size. Okay, so let's say font size is going to be 1.610. okay, so yeah, it is looking good, and we want to transform it. So basically, from the bottom, I don't want any space, which means I want to fix it from the bottom. Okay, I mean once I will apply the transformation, it will going to show up. Okay, so let me give from the left, I don't want any space. Okay, and from the left, let's say 50%, and after that, bottom 0, left 50%, and after that, let me give this particular thing. Let's say transform translate minus 50%. Okay, and that's it. And after that, let me give its position absolute. So now it is going to come like this way. Okay, so it is transformed and its position is absolute now. I want to give its opacity 0, so now it is not coming. Okay, and for the next one, and give it some transition effect. So let's say transition is 0.7. once someone hover on it, it will going to reflect, but let me add this hover effect. So let's say opacity is going to be the 1. Okay, so for that one, it is 0, and for this one it is going to be the 1. Okay, so let me add layer colon hover. Okay, once someone hover on s3, I mean along with the s3, what s3 will going to do, actually from the bottom it will going to take it to the 49% up top. Okay, and let me change its opacity. So now you can understand why I just give the bottom 0 and now I take it to the 40% up. Okay, so it is looking like this way, and it's perfect now. Okay, and why it is coming in this way, let me see. It is happening rapidly. Opacity must be 1, and yeah, so let me save it and see what will happen. Let me reload it once again, and now as you can see that we are getting this thing perfectly. Okay, and that's how you can you can easily define this particular thing. So it is coming in a very in a very smooth way, and yeah, that's it. and that's how you can easily define it, and that's how you can easily achieve this particular thing. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye, take care, see you in the next tutorial, and hopefully we can design some of the other things into the next video. Bye bye, take care, see you in the next tutorial.